Old Sultan. A farmer had a faithful dog named Sultan, who had grown old and lost all his teeth, and could no longer hold on to anything fast. One day the farmer was standing with his wife before the house door, and said,
"Tomorrow I intend to shoot old Sultan. He is no longer of any use.
He has served us so long, and been so faithful, that we might well give him his keep."
"You are not very sharp. He has not a tooth left in his mouth, and not a thief is afraid of him now he may be off. If he has served us, he has had good feeding for it."
The poor dog, who was lying stretched out in the sun not far off, had heard everything, and was sorry that the morrow was to be his last day. He had a good friend, the wolf, and he crept out in the evening into the forest to see him, and complained of the fate that awaited him.
"Make yourself easy. I will give you some good advice. Your master, you know, goes out every morning very early with his wife into the field, and they take their little child with them, and lay it down behind the hedge. Now do you lie down close by the child, and pretend to be watching it, and I will come out of the wood and run away with it. You must run after me as fast as you can, and I will let it drop. Then you may carry it back, and they will think you have saved their child, and will be so thankful to you that they will take care of you as long as you live."
The plan pleased the dog, and it was carried out just as it was arranged. The wolf ran with the child a little way. The shepherd and his wife screamed out. But Sultan soon overtook him, and carried the poor little thing back to his master and mistress. Then the shepherd patted him on the head, and said,
"Old Sultan has saved our child from the wolf, and therefore he shall live and be well taken care of, and have plenty to eat. Wife, go home, and give him a good dinner, and let him have my old cushion to sleep on as long as he lives."
So from this time forward Sultan had all that he could wish for. Soon afterwards the wolf came and wished him joy, and said,
"Now, my good fellow, you must tell no tales, but turn your head the other way when I want to taste one of the old shepherd's fine fat sheep." "No, I will be true to my master."
The wolf came at the night to carry off one of master's fat sheep, but faithful old Sultan barked, and the farmer chased after the wolf with a big stick. The wolf had to pack off, but he cried out to the dog,
"Wait a bit, you scoundrel, you shall pay for this."
The next morning the wolf sent the wild boar to challenge the dog to come out into the forest so that they might settle the affair. Old Sultan could find no one to stand by him but a cat. They went out together. The poor cat limped along, and at the same time stretched out her tail into the air with pain. When they saw their enemy coming, they thought that he was bringing a saber with him, for they mistook the outstretched tail of the cat for one. When the poor beast hopped on its 3 legs, they could only think every time that it was picking up a stone to throw at them. So they were both afraid. The wild boar crept into the underwood, and the wolf jumped up a tree. They looked up, and espied the wolf sitting amongst the branches, and they called him a cowardly rascal, and would not suffer him to come down till he was heartily ashamed of himself, and had promised to be good friends again with old Sultan.